guys, so welcome back. Today I am making an apple crumble, which is one of my favorites, and it's something you can make in a small quantity if you just need a little snack, which is why it's one of my favorite recipes to do. I'm starting with 2 Jazz apples. You can use Gala apples if you really like Granny Smith. I mean, you can use those as well, but red is always my go-to. I'm gonna start by going ahead and peeling these 2 apples. Alrighty, so now we got our nice apples peeled. We want to make sure we move kind of fast before the apples turn brown. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my apples. So we got all our apples chopped, and the key to making sure that your apples don't go too brown before you're able to kind of do whatever you want to do with them, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over top of it, and it kind of just stops it from turning brown. You can do this with an avocado as well. Now give that a twirl. Next, you want to go ahead and start to add your seasonings, as I would call them, to your apples. So I'm going to start off with sugar, brown sugar. You can pack it, but you don't really have to. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, now that you got your apples all nice and coated, you're gonna go ahead and put them in a ramekin container or any type of container that you can kind of bake in a small quantity that can go in the oven. You can spray it if you want to, but this is not something that's going to stick to the sides, so we're not going to spray it. So we're going to take the same bowl we just used and 2 tablespoons of butter. All right, and we're going to go ahead, and they should be starting to soften up because I took them out, but I like my butter soft, not melted, but soft. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the microwave for about 10 seconds. All right, so we got our 2 tablespoons of butter, barely starting to melt. We don't know, nice and soft, because we want to be able to make that crumbly effect. So to this 2 tablespoons of butter, I'm going to add a flour, Quaker Oats, brown sugar, regular sugar. And I'm just going to start to kind of mash the butter into the mixture. I'm also gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, so once it's nice and crumbly, you're gonna go ahead and add it right on top of your mixture. All right, and you're gonna bake this for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. So while we're waiting for our apple crisp to go ahead and cook, we're gonna go ahead and make some whipping cream to go on top. So I'm gonna take 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, sugar, and a dash of cinnamon. And I'm gonna whisk this until it is stiff peaks, which will take usually about 5 minutes. All right, so you know it's pretty stiff when it starts to stick onto your whisk, and it's kind of just peaked up in your bowl. Alrighty, so it's time for the big reveal, and they just came out the oven. Voila. So if you can see, they got a nice crust on top of them where the butter was able to melt down and kind of make the crumbly area. Let's place it right on top. And there you have it, apple crumble, people.